All right, gentle folks, welcome. Today is a special Waves edition. We're going to be talking to an artist by the name of Chevaughn Smith. Yep, you heard it. You don't know it's who? You soon find out. I am your host, Adrian Williams.
Also known as DJ Phoenix, and I am Adija Lee, and we are here at Cafe Blue. And of course, Adrian made mention just now of Mr. Smith, who is, a big top artist, and we are here to talk about his EP, which is titled Inner Life. So let us know what inspired that title, and let us know your aspirations as it relates to Inner Life.
So first I must say thank you guys for having me. Now, Inner Life EP was inspired by life experiences. They're not necessarily all the ones that I lived, but growing up I was exposed to different things in the environment. So those are still my life experiences. Mm-hmm. So that's what inspired the album. By the cover art you may notice it's me and my two brothers, which that was a major part of growing up with siblings, and so we did a lot of bonding and we had a lot of experiences together. So
People, when I need to check out the album cover, yeah. Maybe because we know the artist and it's even funnier to be. But at the end of the day, it speaks volumes, People who have the artistic impression, right? Usually them probably look on the cover and they must say, if you look on the cover alone, it gives a kind of historical vibe.
Yeah.
So tell us now, let's go into the EP now. So you tell us, as it relates to background, you said the cover art have to do with your background growing up.
Yeah.
Gunman Ways.
Yeah.
First track, people, Gunman Ways.
Now, Gunman Ways is a track that is featuring Nasik. So Nasik is an artist from St. Thomas.
Big up Nasik, yeah.
Yeah, and so originally I recorded the song, but I didn't have a hook for it, and I know it needed something that would like bring out the storyline and the essence of the song. Mm-hmm. So I sent it to Nasik. Within 24 hours, he sent me back with a hook on it, which I love. I think that bring out the essence and, as I said, bring out the life in the song. Mm-hmm. So that song is basically speaking about things that I saw while growing up. Okay. So, in Jamaica, you have many ghetto stories, and as a young youth growing up, you may be exposed to a whole heap of violence, and, you see gangs in a community and etc. So Gunman Ways really speak about a youth growing up in a particular community because of what he was exposed to. He had to adapt to just to survive, It's a survival technique.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. So he had to adapt, which then leads him into get involved in some violent things. But he decided to not be a part of that life anymore. But because he was already a part of that life, even though he stepped away, he still had to maintain some sort of protection. He still had to have guns and ammunition around him still.
So people, in other words, the man just it's defense. It's not a bad man thing.
It's not.
It's just a different. And by the way, people, the man not incriminate himself because the law gives you room to defend you.
So it's basically a story of it's a story of hope too, because he stepped away from that life, even though he was socialized that way. He grew up in another community there, so I'm exposed to all of the elements there. But he managed to step away from that, and it's a story of victory. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then your second song on the album, Storm. So you step away from the gunman thing and all of that. Then Storm, it speaks about struggles. Yeah. You're frustrated, you're determined. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that song.
So, all right, Storm. Storm isn't, some aspect of Storm is personal, while some is more of people's experience that I see around me. Mm-hmm. So, Storm is a whole journey in itself. I originally, big up to Staffo Beats. He's the one that produced the beat for both Gunman Ways and Storm. Yeah. So Storm is basically a journey. It's a story as well. about another youth, but in similar circumstances, but he decided to choose a different route. If you notice within the song, it also talks about choosing a friend wisely, choosing a company. Yeah. And he expressed like a storyline about an individual who's facing different challenges. Not the similar route as Gunman Ways, but still things that people can relate to and things that people have lived.
Makes sense. So I noticed there was a transition. So the first one was where you surround you fully. Then the second one now have a mixture with somebody else plus your experience. So now, may I assume we're going in a year experiences now with your next two tracks. Yeah. Them have similar titles, right? Dream and Big Dreams. Yeah. Talk to me about those two.
So, alright. Dream. So, Dream would be the third song on the track list. We all have dreams and aspirations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what it is, like everybody has their own thing that they consider, them ultimate destination. So, Dream is just about a youth where express frustration as well as expressing a desire to be greater than what he is or the situation or position where he is. Well, it could be a girl or a man. So there's no gender bias here. But it's just about an individual hoping for more and applying themselves to be more than what they are currently.
Step up to the plate. Yeah.
Big Dreams now. That song was... Big Dream was the first song I ever recorded.
Oh, yeah?
First ever song.
Oh. So, okay. So like more history. Yeah. More history in the album, people.
First ever song I ever recorded. And
this was with Dorm Room Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This speaks about... This is more like a national anthem, personally. So it speaks about making Jamaica better.
Yeah.
So making we are Jamaican, so we know all the challenges and struggles that we face as a country. So it's all about appealing to the leaders, to the government, to say, "Yo, do this better." I mean, we the people. We are the leaders,
Yeah.
They're the stewards, so we put them in charge. But still, they're the ones that implement policies and etc.
Yeah.
So it's just all about appealing to them to say, implement better policies, do better things so the people can strive.
And I like when you bring that up because, one thing government leaders must always remember is that they represent the people. And that's why it's important for we as creatives understand so we have an equal role but just in a different format. Because we represent the people too. So when you do that tune, you represent the people.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Your final song, Champion.
Oh, there's actually Victory.
Yeah.
Yes, Victory.
Why are you going like you never listen to the EP so yet, miss?
Yes, my favorite song is actually Champion. Let me tell you that, right?
Thank you.
Because in my perspective, and since the first time that we interviewed, I see you as a champion.
Thank you.
Right? So, Victory. Let me go back a little then. Victory. Tell us about that.
All right, so Victory. So again, I must big up the producers, Wealthy Entertainment and Unity Group. Big up the producers. Big up Charm, who's featured on it. She's a female artist. Lovely voice. Yeah, and I've done a lot of work with her in the past. Mostly she's done background vocals and mostly that on my tracks. But yeah, she's definitely a part of this song. She's on the hook, which when you guys listen, you'll hear.
And people, hook means chorus, right? Same as chorus, right? Cool.
Yeah, so Victory. I'm trying to motivate people into saying, whatever your journey that you're on, don't give up, keep going. If you listen to Charm's chorus, you'll hear she's saying, I got to be right above it all. I see victory, even though it's hard.
Yeah.
So no matter which challenge you face right now, the key thing is not to give up, is to keep thriving. Like, I like to think about life like one day at a time. And I believe when I do that, I don't get overwhelmed, because even with us three here, we all have various things we do, right?
True.
So if we think about everything at once, we might feel overwhelmed and anything.
The brain tired.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So Victory is a song where just to say, no matter what you face, no matter what your aspirations are, just one step at a time, and you'll get there. Just believe.
Alright, you know how long I want to go to my favorite song? Champion.
Yeah.
Champion, Tell us about that.
So, as the title suggests, when you listen to that song, that's the feeling that you get from that song. Like, you feel like a champion, you feel like you're up on top of the world. So, featured on the song is Mufasa Kawasaki. He's a Nigerian artist. He's currently based in China. And I mean, I really love him work. He have some melodies where out of this world. So it's a pleasure to have him on this song and on this project. So Champion speaks about, it's basically a song to uplift and to motivate individuals. It speaks about telling like the government and people in power, say, long we are begging our chance to be great, but now we're great, so we are take over the place.
So like a coup, like overthrow the government.
Yeah. So that's the essence of the song. It's also, if you notice, the album, the EP rather, is in a chronological order.
Okay. Yeah,
So both storyline and both sonically, as in the tone of the songs. Yeah. So I purposely arrange it in that sense, so we can have a build up, on which, when it builds up to the last song, which is Champion, you have that feeling of victory.
The resolution that you hear my people storytelling, right? Beginning, middle.
Evolved, like really evolved. That's why I bring my banger phone, because it starts from the banger phone to the iPhone.
No man, it start from the banger phone to the Samsung to the iPhone.
These views expressed are not that of DJ Phoenix, Adija Lee, and Chevaughn. WAVS chat, let's go.
Alright, so I'm really excited about this project. It's my very first project, and I had to even the cover art itself. I remember we were talking about in the car. I got that photo about 2 years ago, and when I got it, I immediately know, this have to be for the first project coming on job. And so I saved it, and now, it's reality.
Yeah.
So this is your first EP. So you drop songs back to back and singles, and you sing on rhythms and so forth. So, but this is your first collection now, and it have personal meaning behind it.
And I'm sure everybody can relate to the songs on it. I really believe in this project. I know this music is for, I like to say this music is for car, for when you're cruise and you want to listen to something uplifting and you want to just zone out. This is what the project is for.
Yeah, make you feel celestial while you're cruising through the salubrious climate of Jesus. People, we're at Cafe Blue is it the Blue Mountains, right? Yes, people. And it's cool up here, it's nice, setting is lovely. of them music if you listen.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Truly. So, I mean, the EP drops on the 15th, October 15th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be on all platforms. So I'm just
And
encouraging
just be specific now. You're talking about iTunes,
iTunes, Spotify, Audiomack, YouTube,
yeah.
Tidal, Amazon Music, Deezer, everywhere.
My man.
So EP is going to be everywhere. So I'm just encouraging you guys to just go out and support it. You know, you won't be disappointed.
So, you know, we're glad that we could have this interview with Chevaughn. Give us, you spoke to us about background with the project and the going for it, but talk to even the younger artists out there, even those who experience already. Make them compare now and contrast. What are the challenges, or how easy is it to actually put your EP together, a collection of songs, and get out there? One of the things you said, I'm going to start it off, is that you said storytelling is important. Have a theme.
Yeah.
What else is there to it, and the challenges?
All right, so I'm a young artist myself. But what I've realized in this whole music industry and in basically everything that we do, none of we really know what we do.
Okay.
Right? So there, however, blueprints out there where you can follow.
Okay.
Personally, this project was, I needed to tell a story with it, which you listen to many EPs and many albums out there, they do have a story. And I feel like the best ones and the ones that are more heartfelt and are what people would say classics have a whole storyline behind it.
And it relatable, as I usually say a while ago.
Yeah. So that was my thought process behind it. My advice to any artist out there right now is just, I mean, this first thing, you have to believe in yourself. Even on nonsense you do. Like, believe in it, because you have so many examples in the world now of people where we would have said, oh, what kind of foolish that them do. But you notice like, them have so much spotlight on them.
Take off.
Passionate about
Because
it.
them
Yeah.
confident.
Because them believe and them confident. So that's one thing, you have to build up the self-belief there. And for me, it starts by not caring about people's opinion. So I don't make, you see, if you listen to the project now, and say, yo, this bad, and you give me all of the props in the world, I don't allow that to make me feel too big or too
Get complacent.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if somebody tell me, say, yo, how can I project that? That don't sound good.
Okay.
That not gonna make me be low. So what I do is I always try to keep a balance. So I never go too high, I never go too low. So if I'm high, somebody can say something to me and then I just feel a certain way. I just keep constant.
Composure.
Yeah, but just keep my composure, keep believing in myself. So this project has been, I've been working on this project for around a year now.
Okay.
I'm kind of a perfectionist,
Okay.
so
Okay.
because I mixed and mastered all the songs and
Yeah,
recorded and all of that.
Engineer to it.
Engineer to and all of that.
Engineer to people. Alright.
Yeah. So I really took the time out to learn more about the engineering process, the mixing process, the mastering process, to ensure that when it out there, when it drop, and other songs are played, it depend on a level to it. Sound like it can match up. So, I mean, I know not all artists are going to be engineers and producers of their own music, but just make sure, say, whatever you release, you're totally, completely fine with it. Like, you're not afraid to play it there nobody, because you're a second guess.
True.
Because we are worst critics, ourselves, we're our worst critics.
Yeah.
So, we know if it not sound good.
We know that the EP that they're going to drop October 15. October 15, guys, we're supposed to expect greatness, right? But after this EP, what are we supposed to expect from you? You know, some persons, them drop an album, then drop an EP, they drop a song, and then as the song fizzle out, we don't hear nothing else. What we're supposed to
Oh,
expect
this is
from
a
you?
great question. I like this question. So, the whole one of the main points of me dropping this EP is to it's a signifier of a new beginning in my career. So, I'm not going to say what type of work I'm going to come with after this, but just know like what I plan to do is on another level. Like it's a new side of me. So this EP basically is for my supporters and fans. So I needed to give them this body of work, and I hope they appreciate it. What comes next is like higher level, everything, higher level visuals, music. I'm trying to break the international market. So that's the goal. So that comes next.
Think big, people. Always think big. So that the next thing you do is plan for it, aim. You understand? Big. You understand, Adija? Adija, come on, because to get an emotion.
No, me totally understand because your question, your answer rather, that was perfect because, and I hope, you know, yeah, me know say you have big things and whatever. I hope what you just said, you do it, right? Because, I mean, there was an interview done prior, not WAVS Saturday, Spice and Shaggy, and they're saying that Bob Marley is still at number one on the international scene. We need young artists to come out and take Bob Marley off of the stand.
And respect, all due respect to Bob Marley and all the other artists. Establish our young artists out here. But that's the goal. Like, I want like be the face of Jamaica musically. And I'm going to achieve this. Like, there is no doubt about that.
I like that because naturally they want to represent the culture and represent greatness.
Yes.
Not just to push out anything for popular culture state, but you know can make certain things popular culture. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, them say the limit is the sky, but honestly, to me, there's no limit. There's no limit.
People, that means when Chevaughn find out what they beyond the sky, you know, he might make us know.
All right, Chevaughn, we thank you so much for coming on the Walla Vibes, you know, platform and being yet an interview with twice.
Yeah, the second.
Right, the second time. We appreciate you. And before we go, let us know where we can find you. Socials.
Alright, so firstly, I must say I really appreciate you guys, you know. Yeah, it's my second interview, as you said, and I really appreciate the support. You guys have been supportive of my music. So, I mean, I don't forget things, you know. So, all of who violate me in the past and all of who do good things, I don't forget nothing. So, but I really appreciate you guys, you know. As it pertains to social media platforms, you know, you can find me on YouTube. Chevaughn Smith official, Instagram, same thing, Twitter, same thing. All the platforms, Chevaughn Smith official. Yeah.
Again, we thank you, Chevaughn, Adija Lee, and myself, Phoenix. Thank you for joining in. Remember to click the link below, turn on the notification, subscribe. All right, people?
Remember October 15th, all platforms.
In our life.
In a live.
In a life.
In a live.
In a life.
In a live.
In a life. Thank you for checking in, people. Until next time.